Hey guys, George here. Have you ever felt that because you wanted to do something right the first time and you find yourself still in the same place even months down the road? As much as people like yourself who enjoys improvement and getting amazing results with minimum errors to maximize your efficiency, to tell you the truth, it really just turns you into a hamster. So are you feeling that exhaustion yet? Alright, now let's try to take you off that wheel. When we're doing self-development, it's partially because we want efficiency and sometimes the results, like fast, or so we think. Like, I don't know about you, but I'm the type of guy that really hates to read user's manuals. Like, it's boring, it's technical, and really, I don't even remember half of what I read. Okay, or maybe I have horrible memory, but that's not the point. Reading through these manuals, to me, it just feels like going back to school, trying to understand what the professor is trying to say while I'm struggling to stay awake. And really, if I have a recording of that back at home, I'd really save myself from a lot of insomnia. So going back to the topic, are we really making the most efficiency out of our time from all these self-development? So in my opinion, it's really because of our perfectionistic culture these days that we have to do things right the first time. And that ends up being an excuse to procrastinate from facing the actual work itself. And then you become the OCD in self-development without even putting any of them to use. Do you remember back when we were kids and we just loved to fiddle around with like elevator buttons, remote controls, and all sorts of electronics? When we first opened that brand new TV on Christmas, it was never the user's manual that is the first thing we ever reach out to, right? Like, we like to fiddle around with the remote control button, try to press every single button, see what it does. But yeah, we tend to get into a lot of trouble doing that, don't we? Which is why we are stuck beating up ourselves every time we make a small mistake, and then we kick ourselves back into the planning phase again. But the truth is, all that self-development material that you are learning, it doesn't necessarily apply to you anyway, so there's really no point digging too deep into it when you don't really have that much experience in it. There's always going to be more than one side to the coin, and we all have different mixtures and degrees of personalities anyway. Under different circumstances, we might even take on a completely different approach in dealing with the problem. And yes, preparing is important, especially when you're dealing with life-endangering situations, but for the most part, it's not going to kill you. So allow the self-development material to become a part of your growth altogether instead of the other way around. Take a step backwards and try to understand that the experience, whether you fail or succeed, is just a part of your learning process. Focus more time on enjoying the experience as you go through the process instead of worrying and anticipating about the results, which is likely an unknown factor anyway. If you need to procrastinate in anything, this is one you want to procrastinate in. It takes a lot of stress and tension off of you, and you'll be able to focus a lot more on the learning process and make better use of your time. So I hope that turned you back from a hamster into a lion. Go hunt your dreams, hit the subscribe button. Okay, no, sorry, I think it's this side this time. Leave a comment below and I'll see you guys next time around.